Not allow your circumstances to reflect the person that you are. Certain circumstances in life are out of our control. We have to focus on the issues at hand that we can focus on, but there are certain cards that we're dealt that we just got to deal with. I'm not going to throw my ace out right now. I'm not going to throw my spade out right now. I'm going to hold that because I know there might be a rainy day coming. I don't know what you have in your hand. I got to see what you got in your hand. I got to see what life is going to bring me. Once I see that life is like, okay, I'm 20 years old and I don't have a GED, now I got to play that education card. I got to go to Job Corps. I got to go get my GED. I got to go to adult ed. Okay, now I'm playing that card. Then I'm like, oh, finances, my money not right. I still got a cell phone bill. That next one is, let me go and get that part-time position. You played that right. So now you might not be able to work 40 hours, but you can work 15 and pay for your cell phone bill or make sure you get you something to eat. So that you're not that 24-year-old asking and begging for snack. I'm good on the snack. I got my own.
Amen.
You playing that card. And now we're talking about the fuel. What's gonna ignite your fuel to keep you pressing through on the worst day when you negative? You can't even go open up a bank account because you know as soon as you open it up, they taking money from you. You in that situation now. What's the fuel when you look around and you say, my mother not there, my father not there, I don't have any family support. When you're in this system, this is it. Certain people play around here. I don't get it. How do you play around? You know when you get out of here, if you get terminated, you don't have a mother there for support. You don't have a father there for support. You're too old for DCF. You don't have any options, and then you play around here. I don't get that. So when you say, what about, why is this place a blessing? This place is a blessing because it will allow you the opportunity to catapult into greatness. If you do what?
Do the right thing.
Take the opportunity.
Put in work. Take the opportunity.
Do the right thing.
Focus. Do your best. Destined for greatness, and then do what? You have to seize the moment. This training is irrelevant if you don't seize the moment. This program is irrelevant if you don't what? Seize the moment.
And that's what I've been missing.
And then you'll still have your time to do the dance. You'll still have your time to work out. You'll still have your time to go play flag football. But when it's business, you have to focus on that what?
Business.
Focus on that moment. Basketball is just an additional opportunity for you to be in shape and be active.
Let's be real.
See, when I just embrace the sweat. I become one with the sweat, right? Right? So
Sweat ain't nothing to him.
Now, and you have to think about it because education, right? I got you. Education is life or death. Why? Education is the difference between life and death. Why? You can't compete without it. If you can't compete in what? Are we talking about like sports when we say competing? We're talking about life and doing what?
Seizing that moment.
Seizing the moment, advance, I'm looking for something else. Surviving. How can you survive if you can't eat? How can you survive when it's about the winter coming? How can you survive if you don't have shelter? How can you survive? Or how do you want to survive? Do you want to have the shelter and not be able to afford the heat? Right? But some of us can relate to that. I can relate to that. And then when I was going through it, and I was living it, and when we used to have the oven open, and we had to open over to give you the heat, right?
Yes, I remember.
And then you put the hoodie on and you sleep, right? And when we think about sleep, we want to think about the peaceful sleep, like, you comfortable, turn on the heat to 78 degrees, you want to, adjust it, you want to wear whatever you go to sleep. Some of us might not want to wear a shirt or something like that. We don't care if the snow, it can be cold outside, but it's supposed to be warm inside, right? But then when you come home and it's colder inside than it is outside, that's a problem, right? That's a problem. Now we're at that. So at that moment when we experience that, right? When we experience that, okay, it's colder inside than it is outside. What am I going to do along my journey towards greatness to make sure that when I'm put in position, I won't have to experience this for the rest of my journey. That's what you're doing now. That's the opportunity that you have right now. We can't go back to when we was 10 years old and we had to, have the TV dinners. We can't go back to when we was only having peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for lunch and dinner. But what we can do is prepare for what?
The future.
We can prepare for how when you graduate here and you keep moving and making progress professionally, now they look at me like, look, I'm only eating peanut butter and jelly when I really want something, a snack. I'm blessed with that because I put in the work prior when I only had the Popeyes TV dinners. That's why I don't really care for Popeyes TV dinners no more, because when I was younger, that's all I had to have. Yo, you want a Popeye? You want the Popeye? You want the peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
The banquet TV dinners.
You see what I'm saying? So I had to embrace that. I had to embrace my circumstance. Listen, where you at? Don't run from it. Don't run. And a lot of people say, I failed. You are not failures. What you are learners along the lifelong journey. Learning along the lifelong journey. So you say, okay, I was playing around in high school. I was playing around. I wasn't going to school. You know what? I should have been working. I got involved in the wrong crowd. Maybe I was abusing substances. What makes each and every one of you special is that light eventually went off and said, I have to do something. I have to make a change in my life. That's priceless. I don't care if you're 21, 22, 23, 24 years old. That's priceless because you didn't keep accepting the circumstances. You got to a now what stage. That's why I love this young man so much. Because he got to that now what stage and he said, I want to live. I want to enjoy the moments. My life will never be perfect. But as long as I'm given breath, I want to enjoy the moments, the highs, the lows, the highs, the lows, the highs, the lows. That's life. That's life.